What's up, everybody? Welcome to Boot Room Banter. So, this is just an evolution of TFT football. Hargis and Mills have been part of our team for a long time, and Sam is joining us. So, this is our new team. We call the Boot Room Banter, and we're going to cover everything soccer. We're not going to just talk injuries. So, more soccer fun stuff, and we would love some interaction. So, put anything on the comments, and we'll go from there. And joining us today, as I mentioned, Sam is the newbie out here, and Harges, you guys know, the super awesome doctor, but he's not going to cover injuries anymore. And Mills, of course, super awesome Man City fan. They didn't do anything. United beat them. That's all I care about. The last
Uh,
game, United
uh,
beat them. So let's get rolling, guys. Okay, Harges, what are your thoughts? Let's talk about some. We didn't talk about soccer for like 4 to 5 months. So, what do you take away? Season's done now, off season, leading into Euros. What's your biggest takeaway from the season?
Honestly, it's probably Bayer Leverkusen, because they went, I guess,
73 games or
undefeated. I
something?
know they lost the Europa League final, but to end Bayern's streak, I might be wrong, 12, 11 in a row. To end that, to not lose, I think that will be the thing that we'll all remember probably from this last season out of any of the countries. The other thing was like they did it with like not big names. It wasn't like there was this big influx of money, right? It wasn't like RB Leipzig type of thing. It wasn't a PSG Man City transformation. It was just a few guys we'd heard of, a bunch we'd never heard of, and then Xabi Alonso, becoming arguably the world's greatest manager, arguably, I'm
Would
sure
you
Mills.
compare would you compare Leverkusen to the Leicester City 2016,
No,
2017 run?
no, because as great as Leicester was, there was like a hint of fluke and fluke like outside of their hands, like how low everyone else's points were, right? That year. Like between Man City, I think Tottenham was close, maybe even Arsenal as well that year. So I actually think this is a better accomplishment than what Leicester did.
Okay. Okay, Sammy, what about you? What was your biggest takeaway for the season?
I'd say kind of like what Hargis was saying with team that kind of rose from the bottom was in like La Liga, Girona. Like nobody thought that
That
they
is
would be
true.
where they were today. Like I was lucky enough to watch them play a couple times when I was in Spain, and like the fluidity they played with versus Barcelona and like other top Spanish teams was impressive to watch at times, especially with lots of guys that nobody had never heard of before, like Savio, who's now uh, going to City uh, with with Girona being part of their ownership group. It's kind of
Yeah.
kind of could see that coming, but
That's insane. They finished number three, like above Atletico. So that
yeah,
is that's impressive. But again, they're probably going to be a one season wonder. I don't
yeah,
know.
kind of like Union Berlin was last season,
Yeah,
and then they go back to the bottom of the Bundesliga. But
yeah,
you never know.
yeah. Sam was our insider in Spain. He did a study abroad, so we got all the Spanish information from Sammy Boy out there. And of course, Real Madrid winning the Champions League. Milty, outside of Man City winning, what have you learned from this season?
Just to piggyback on what Sam was saying, like, and what is pretty much the theme we've been going with, the teams that have been kind of like rising, that have been rising from that you just really wouldn't know about, and I want to talk about another one like in the Premier League, Crystal Palace. That was they were a big surprise too, and now they've always been a defensively sound team. Of course, we have the a big part of that is the American center back Chris Richards as well, and he's been a key part of that back line. But how they have evolved offensively and they've moved forward, like scoring like way more goals than they have in the past couple of seasons. I think about, but yeah, just like all of these smaller teams that would normally just kind of like not be like the punching bags of the thing, but they've kind of like put new systems in place, bringing in not players who you really haven't heard about, or just like to piggyback on what you guys said, Jefferson Lerma, he took a big step forward and he was a big reason for Crystal Palace's offensive metamorphosis this season.
Yeah. For me, I would say Premier League is not the best league in the world anymore. Like, not a
Mm.
single Premier League team made it to any of the Champions League finals, Europa League final, or like whatever the Conference Cup or whatever.
Conference League, yeah.
Conference League. There was not a single English Premier League team there, and it is just the amount of money EPL spends and the talent out there and not representing in any of the top European league is just, I don't know, it's just stupid in my opinion. And I don't know, that was like one of the biggest thing I noticed. And the second one, which is like a little bit of an injury stat out here. So our friends in England, Premier Injuries, made like a different stat of which player got injured and how many games they missed, and they did like a full calculation for every team. The lowest injury games missed was Man City, and they won the league. And their injured players missed 72 games. And guess who the number 2 was? 108 games, Arsenal. So clearly, whether we like it or not, injuries play a big factor in who is finishing in the top of the table. United and Newcastle were like the highest number of injuries. United had players miss 202 games, and Newcastle United 245 games. That's a crazy amount of games missed. I mean, I get it. Like, there's some players who don't matter, but still, I mean,
No, yeah, it's a good trend. We see it on this side of the water too. NFL,
Yeah.
NHL, NBA, the health is key, right?
yeah, that was just fascinating. And I think, like, of course, Man City has like a great bench strength. Their bench is probably better than 2/3 of the league.
Yeah, more. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And I hate to, like, in a way, I'm kind of happy Liverpool and Klopp are breaking up. That is not there anymore. But the whole Klopp scenario, like towards the end, like his celebration was just awesome. Any soccer fan should have enjoyed that. Like, no matter which team they're supporting, it was just amazing. I don't know. Did you guys watch that? Like,
Yeah.
what Liverpool did?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I didn't care as much. Not a Liverpool guy. I didn't care too much.
That was kind of like Tony Cruz, like playing his last game.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
winning the
Yeah.
UCL final. That was
I don't know.
cool to watch.
I know managers are big personalities and they do have a big impact, but like that's a lot for a manager, you know? I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a
I mean,
lot.
but let's talk about, like, and while we're on the subject, all of these big managers were like either they were let go or they have decided to part ways. Pochettino gone, Ten Hag gone. I believe is it Klopp? Yeah, Klopp.
Ten Hag
Klopp
is
gone.
not
I'm going like,
officially gone. Come on, Bill.
I was not officially, but well, he pretty much out the door.
The Pochettino one makes no sense to me because like the second half of the
doesn't.
Premier League season, Chelsea was like second or third in points in the league. Like they were like end of the season, Palmer, incredible.
Cole Palmer, 21 goals, 11 assists, I believe. Come on, dude. He completely said, like, and now I'm thinking, how in the world did Man City let him go? I mean, well, we have so much talent that probably didn't know, but now he completely just mushroomed when he went to Chelsea. He's a Chelsea man.
I mean, still, I mean, if Ten Hag goes, which, I mean, I don't know what they're like dragging their feet on, either keep him or leave him. I mean, in his own words, he's won 2 cups in 3 years, which is not bad. And but for United, it's not winning the what is it, Carabao Cup. Harjas, I don't know if you remember.
I remember when you were upset. I was like, man, it's a trophy. Be happy.
No, but I told you
Silverware.
right after they won the Carabao Cup. Since then, we have been absolute trash. Like, this happened last January, and we've been and I, like, Sam, I know, I don't know if like
the ends of games is ridiculous. Like versus Chelsea, other teams like that. Like watching that Chelsea defeat where they concede 2 goals in the like 90+7, 90+10 to lose the game. It's ridiculous. Like
Luton Town gave y'all problems. Luton Town gave y'all problems.
Everyone gave us problems. But again, it's the jinx of the Carabao Cup, and I don't And nobody should even go for Carabao Cup. Like, it's just stupid. Carling Cup sounded better than Carabao Cup, in my opinion. So they should either change the name and. Oh, by the way, I was reading through an article. Harjas, you might like this. Real Madrid, since I think 2011 or so, they've spent like $1 billion to build up this super team, like crazy super
Couple
team.
super teams, couple.
Yeah, couple super teams. No, but like especially the current super team. I was reading the article. It said they, I think 2019 or 2020, Real Madrid started like, oh, we're not gonna spend money on like top players and try to
Yeah.
get like after
Free transfers and other stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, younger
So-
guys. Yeah.
younger guys, and they spent like 200 million on guys like 20 years and younger, and they are like Kamavinga, and like now Mbappe is coming in free. Jude
Yeah.
Bellingham, like I mean,
Yeah,
Dude,
they haven't
Hendrick-
really made their typical big purchase. It's been a bit different, right?
yeah,
Hendrick out of Brazil from Palmeiras in Brazil. He like they say he could be the next Pele.
Like I don't know. As weird as it is, like I think Courtois is one of their biggest buys, like just financial
Yeah,
value, right? Which is a keeper, which is surprising. Yeah, they've picked up guys for almost.
But he
next
can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy.
No, I know, but like regardless, I'm just saying, like they've sort of been financially savvy,
Yeah, that
which
is-
is not their culture, and they've
Yeah.
continued to win. And now they don't
crazy.
pay a dime for Mbappe either, right? It's completely different than Galacticos. You can't like they are Galacticos, but they're not the bot Galacticos, right?
The bot going.
I think the biggest Galactico was Jude Bellingham. They paid like 100
Yeah.
million or so, but
Yeah,
that's like a
Bellingham,
deal.
obviously. Yeah,
That's like a
Yeah.
deal right now. I mean, Man United paid Jadon Sancho 85. Come on.
Yeah.
Nice. 85.
Anthony.
Oh, what a win. Oh man, what a son.
Also,
Anthony's
like,
worse
hold on.
than that even.
yeah.
no,
Also,
it's
this-
like Chelsea's the biggest one, right? Where the money isn't just
Yeah.
factoring into it. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a direct correlation. The more you spend, the better your team will be. There's no salary cap here, right? It's not the inefficiencies of it, the Yankees, etc. If you take that philosophy, you'll eventually hit enough times and have good players.
Yeah.
But just
PSG?
simply outbidding just to have a guy, it's not really adding up. PSG. I mean, I don't know what to make of PSG
Oh man.
entirely
It's
because
horrible.
like
It's horrible.
they dominate in France. And is it just the fact that they don't really get proper competition that the Champions League? Because we always talk about it, you can't just flip a switch. So they're having to flip a switch. Like they're playing against
Yeah.
who? I legit don't know.
Monaco.
Right? Pogba's
Right.
brother was in there on Saint Etienne. I remember I was like, oh, I didn't even know Pogba had a brother. Like, I might recognize one guy randomly. Like when I'll check,
Yeah.
I just check the scores. I don't watch PSG games. When I check the scores, I might be like, oh, that guy's on like Lyon now, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, Monaco now. Who sucks? Monaco was good for a blip there. Now they stink too.
Of course.
Yeah,
And,
because Balogun forgot how to finish. And he can't take penalties for some reason.
well, and
What
we have to
happened
give
to
a
them?
shout. Okay, we have to give a shout out to Atalanta. They came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They played really well this year and beating
Yeah.
Leverkusen, of course. Real Madrid champions again. I mean,
I've just been nice for like 5 seasons
Okay.
now, maybe.
Arjun,
Like,
so-
yeah.
for next year, if you guys don't win the La Liga and the Champions League, it's a failure, right? With the team
Well,
you
yeah,
guys
here's
have.
this is the tough spot, right? So when Ronaldo came, Madrid was a suffering club, right? And they still suffered a little bit, but the trajectory was to go up. But this is like when Pep went to Bayern and they won the treble. It's like, well, what can you really do, right? So and
It's-
things have to go your way to achieve that success. So they might actually be a better team, right? They might score more,
Yeah.
but things don't necessarily go your way.
Again, a
or
lot of
injuries,
luck,
whatever.
luck involved,
Yeah,
whether we like it or
right?
not.
So and
Yeah.
then people will rip them and be like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done it." They'll rip Mbappe, or they'll start calling Mbappe French Harry Kane or something like
Yeah.
that. You know?
Hurricane curse is real since 2012, baby. Since 2012.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
By the way, Mbappe is getting 130 million signing bonus, so that's insane. 130. Oof.
Yeah, he's starting centrally. He's not taking He's not taking Vinny's spot on the left, and Rodrigo, I believe, is solidly on the right now after the season he had. So he's going centrally.
We'll see. We'll see what Don Carlo does
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, we had like a lot of topics to talk. We'll talk through the summer, especially with the FFP ruling. I want to see what's going to happen with Man United, Man City, Everton. I think that's going to be an interesting topic. We need more information, so we'll zero back on all the Premier League stuff, La Liga stuff as we talk about it throughout the summer. So again, thanks a lot everyone for joining. We are Boot Room Banter. We're going to keep doing this at least once a week or every other week. So thanks again. Euros are coming up. And look for some awesome shorts from Sam, Harges, and Mills for Euros, Olympics, and soccer-filled summer. Thanks a lot, guys.